Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today, my friends at Hebert's Town & Country here in Shreveport, Louisiana have loaned me this 2020 Jeep Gladiator North Edition for the day. And I'm going to tell you more about the features and options that are available with that North Edition package later in the video. Of course, this is an all-new vehicle for 2020. The Jeep Gladiator is based on the Jeep Wrangler SUV, but of course it is the truck edition. It features the typical rugged off-road capabilities that Jeep is known for and is the only convertible truck you can purchase. Yes, I said this is a truck. In fact, it's considered a mid-size truck. And one thing that it has that you will not find in any other mid-size truck is the largest back seat in its class. And here under the hood of the Jeep Gladiator, well, you only have one engine option, but it is going to get you down the road and through the off-road terrain without a problem. It's a 3.6-liter six-cylinder, putting out 285 horsepower and 260 foot-pounds of torque. And there are two transmission options. You have the standard 6-speed manual or the optional 8-speed automatic, depending on what your preference is. Gas mileage is 17 miles per gallon in the city and 22 out on the highway. Okay guys, to save some time, I'm not going to remove the doors and the top in the video today, but if you want me to do a separate tutorial video on how to do that, which is not difficult, let me know down in the comments. Now, as far as removing the doors, you do have a toolkit that comes with the Gladiator to make that easier. Obviously, it's necessary to remove certain pieces and parts that need to come off to allow the doors to be removed. You do have a remote here that you can lock and unlock the vehicle with. It has a key within it because you do have key access to the door if you need that and to the lockable tailgate, but you can also lock both the doors and the tailgate using the remote. So when your interior doors are locked, so is your tailgate. You also have remote start here, and all you have to do is push the button twice. The horn's going to honk and the engine is going to start. Be patient because it does take a second or two, so don't hit that button again 2 times if it doesn't happen immediately. Just a simple little tip there for those who may be like me and be a little bit impatient at times. Okay guys, let's talk about the 5-foot bed here on the Gladiator. And like I said earlier, you have a couple of options to use your lockable tailgate. You can lock the doors in the interior or use the remote, and that's going to lock the tailgate at the same time. You also have an option to use the key to lock or unlock the tailgate back here as well. And it is a super light tailgate. It is dampened, and see how easy that is? Just goes down so easily and so smooth. What about numbers? 1,600 pounds is the maximum payload, between 1,080 and 1,600 pounds. But the Gladiator, besides being class leading in the midsize truck arena with the large back seat, also is class leading with towing capabilities of 7,650 pounds. You have 4 different tie downs in the interior of the bed, also a sliding rear window, and when it's dark, you have LED lights on each side of the rear of the bed that are angled in that will allow the bed to be nicely illuminated when you need that. If you're out on the trail or wherever you may be and there's no lights available, that's going to help you out with loading cargo or unloading or whatever you need to do back here. Okay guys, I'm sitting here in the back seat of the Gladiator, and like I said, it is the largest back seat in its class in the mid-size truck category. And one other thing that I have to point out here, there are rear seat air conditioning vents here on the back of the console, and that's one thing that I've actually seen where some vehicles that have a larger cabin space than the Gladiator does do not have rear air conditioning vents for your rear passengers. So definitely a home run right there. I like that option. Of course, you've got cup holders there, USB port. There is a power outlet there as well. That's always a nice feature. If you ever need to power whatever you need to put in there that needs juice, you've got that power outlet right there. I like seeing that in more and more vehicles. There is storage here under the seats. There's also a place to store all of your little pieces, the nuts and bolts and everything like that, from when you take your doors off and all of that kind of stuff. So they are stored neatly in there. That's what that little compartment is made for. So you're not going to lose anything, as long as you put it in there, of course. Okay guys, let's talk about the front interior. Now, before we get too far into this, I do want to mention the fact that getting in and out of the Gladiator is made a lot easier by grab handles for your front and rear seat passengers. And unlike some vehicles that I've seen that I've done other videos on, I haven't brought this point out, but one thing that is a bonus here. On some other vehicles, there's not a grab handle for the driver, but there is here in the Gladiator. That's a good move. And of course, there's other options you can add to your Gladiator, such as steps and different things like that to make getting in and out easier. This one doesn't have that particular option. Not a big deal, just doesn't come with it, but you can always add that with no problem. Of course, like I mentioned, you do have the special instrument cluster and the bezels and everything here. The instrument cluster actually is very nice. Although it does have the analog gauges, you can bring up a digital speedometer. And through the steering wheel mounted controls that are not only here on the front, you also have steering wheel mounted controls on the back for the radio. So you can surf through stations, change the volume, all that good stuff right there. But through everything up here on the steering wheel on the front, you can go through a lot of different options and settings and see what's going on with your Gladiator here in the center of the nicely laid out and super easy to read instrument cluster. The infotainment screen is very, very easy to operate. I'm showing you that on your screen right now. All you have to do is just kind of surf through and you're going to find what it is you want. It's very easy to use, very much user friendly. And then underneath that, you have the knob here for the radio on the left-hand side, and then the air conditioning controls there. You can also control the air conditioning through the infotainment screen if you wish to do so. And here beneath those controls, you have a 12-volt power outlet and USB ports, an auxiliary port, and of course the buttons for lowering and raising your power windows on the doors. Shifter right here, and of course here's the control for your four-wheel drive, depending on if you want to be in high or low or whatever you need to do, a parking brake, and a couple of cup holders there. And you have a nice little deep console here, another USB port there. There are actually a lot of USB ports here in the Gladiator, so you're definitely not going to have any trouble plugging in your devices. Overall, everything is very comfortable here in the front seat of the Gladiator. You and your passengers are definitely going to enjoy the ride. What exactly do you get with the North Edition Gladiator? Well, think about the name. It is meant for a cold and snowy environment. For starters, all North Edition Gladiators come with a heated steering wheel and heated seats. Additionally, the North Edition comes with recovery hooks, a North Edition trail kit containing gloves, a tow strap, D-rings, a steel carabiner, and safety kit. Okay guys, that's going to bring to a close my time with the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. I would like to thank my friends at Hebert's Town & Country for loaning me this Gladiator today, and of course all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch. If you haven't subscribed to Vehicle Visionary just yet, please be sure to lightly tap that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, or even if you didn't, make sure to hit the like button. That helps me out tremendously, because when you do that, it's telling YouTube, people are enjoying this video, we need to put it in front of more people. Leave me a comment, let me know that you were here, and please be sure to share this video on your timelines on social media. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you next time on Vehicle Visionary.